Alright, so this is my review for Uncanny Avengers issue 1, which is going to be the first book of the Marvel Now line, which has come out. I'm sort of going to address this book also unofficially being Avengers vs. X-Men number 13. Um, and I'll kind of get to explaining that shortly. Um, Anybody who listens to me knows that I'm a big fan of Remender. I love his X-Force series. I absolutely adore that series. Um, so you're going to get a lot of your Remenderisms in this. It's going to be grotesque. It's going to be a little bit stomach churning at points, especially with the opening pages of this book. But it's shock value with purpose. Um, we open up with this book with somebody literally getting their brain picked at, um, laying on an operating table, and there's a particular individual who's standing over him who's not revealed until the end of this book. I had actually thought to go ahead and reveal this person at the end of this book, but I'm going to go ahead and just play devil's advocate and say that you actually have to buy this to uh, get an intrigue of what's to come with this. After that happens, we have the two happenings, of which why I call it AVX 13 unofficially. We get a conversation that should have happened in the event, or at the end of the event itself, in between Cyclops and Havoc, which is the fact that Havoc comes by to see his brother and to inform him that they buried Charles Xavier. Uh, and we kind of have this going back and forth in between them. Cyclops still saying, uh, I accept responsibility for what I did, but if I had to do it, I'd do it all over again. And he doesn't regret a damn thing that he did, and said that he helped to achieve Charles Xavier's dreams. But look what I did. I caused mutants to be reborn. And Havoc sitting there and shaking his head and really just throws it in his brother's face about what it was that Scott actually did. And he takes no enjoyment in that, which is, I think, a real... This is why I love Remender so much with his writing, because it's a realistic character emotion that is conveyed in this, especially when, uh, um, Havoc just looks his brother straight in the eye and says, you killed your father and you damn near destroyed the world. Uh, you didn't learn a damn thing from this man, and that's the kind of stuff that resonates out from this to the reader. It's a payoff that I expect to have when I read Remender's stories, and it happens here. We also get this with Wolverine and Captain America at the end of this, or in this story as well. Cap says basically he screwed up because with him being, touted as like an American symbol of unification, especially for America, the fact was that he never really addressed a lot of the mutant problems in the world. Is something that he wants to fix real quick, and he's assembling a new team of Avengers. This is sort of like going along the lines of Remember the Titans, where they kind of integrated a lot of the students together as roommates during the summer training that they have for the football teams, and you're going to have one human or respectable superhero and one mutant teamed up together, and it works when it's being set up in this issue. Um, and then we come to the eulogy that Wolverine is actually giving at the tail end of this, or actually in the middle of this issue. And I actually agree with what the Blue Goblin said when he reviewed this book last week. There's nobody but Wolverine who could get away with saying what he said, and he's the right one to say it. Basically, this kind of goes back to what I was saying with the last review about Xavier being the Martin Luther King allegory in the stories. This man had a dream, and to honor that legacy, he wanted us to help fulfill that dream, and we absolutely failed him in that regard. And that's where it resonates that they've got to come together, and I just like the way that he handled himself saying that. Basically he's saying we fucked up, but the sad part is it's true. I also like the confrontation in between Rogue and Scarlet Witch, which goes on at Xavier's grave after the eulogy is over with. They tussle a little bit back and forth. Rogue has some pent-up feelings against Wanda that she wants to get out, and they go into fighting with each other before something happens. And Captain America, Havoc, and Thor happen to be around when there's an attack by Strife going on. And Strife doesn't really seem to be all together there. And it's really a lot of fun what's going on in this issue with the action and everything emotionally going on with the characters. And then we come to the reveal of said individual at the end of the story. Just the way that he's built up as the cliffhanger of this issue ends, I absolutely love. And especially for what happened when the attack on Rogue and Wanda took place. There's some really sadistic stuff that seems to be in the works here, and Remender seems to be the right man for the job. Cassiday's artwork in this book is terrific as always, as it was over in Astonishing. I'm really happy to see him back and on having a terrific artist of his caliber on one of the major books is really a pleasure to see. So I'm really looking forward to seeing where this team and where this series is going to go as it goes on. This is a solid 5 out of 5 for me. Go out, buy it, check it out, and I think that we should be getting... I'm thinking, if I remember right, that this is going to be a bi-weekly series. So issue 2 should be coming out this week, so I'm looking forward to it. I think you'll have your money